Hey, what's up, everybody? Bam, pop that collar. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. The fat loss live stream. This is something a little bit different that we're jumping into today. I'm not going to spend too much time on this live stream, but I wanted to give you tremendous value. So thank you for being here. Let's get right into the content. Fat loss. This is the holy grail. This is what you're here for. If you're trying to gain muscle, gain strength, improve energy, you're still conscious of body fat. And most people, they don't care as much about gaining strength, gaining muscle, or even gaining energy. They just want to lose body fat. So if you want to lose body fat, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I definitely appreciate that. And leave comments below if this content is helpful. Now, when we talk about fat loss, there's a few different ways to go about it. And a lot of the bobbleheads on Instagram, they're going to send you in the wrong direction. Mind you, I'm the 4-time world MMA trainer of the year, voted so and earned this designation as a result of my 100% success ratio working with the world's greatest athletes, preparing them for weight class restricted competition. I only say that because body weight, body mass, body fat, and weight management is exactly my specialty. This is how my team and I have conducted our careers and really brought us to the forefront of the world's most rigorous combat sport. I say the most rigorous sport on the planet, which is mixed martial arts competition. Many of you know that as the UFC. So with that being said, and hopefully a bit of credibility here, when I speak to you, I'm going to tell you some things that are maybe shocking. And I only say that they're shocking because you're going to think it's got to be harder than what I'm actually telling you. And in fact, it's not. It's a lot easier to lose body fat than most people assume it will be if you do this. Now, let's get down to the brass tacks of it. In order to lose body fat, we have to do a few things properly. We have to eat properly, right? I'll get in that here in a minute. We have to exercise consistently. So not consistent eating, but proper consistent eating. Yes, we can say that. And not just exercise, but proper consistent exercise. Yes, that's what we're talking about here. Let me talk about exercise first. And I'm going to wrap this video up in about 3 minutes or so. Now, when it comes to exercise, we need to exercise in 2 different forms, one of which is slow and low intensity. The other is fast and high intensity. Why is this? Well, this is to utilize 2 different energy storage components that the body utilizes, one of which is glycogen stored in the muscle, stored in the liver. The other is body fat, which is stored in the fat cell between the muscle and your skin. You kind of see that. It looks like cottage cheese, as they say. There's a reason for that. But you might say, well, why don't I just train low and slow to burn body fat? Why do I have to train fast and hard to burn glycogen? Because training fast and hard actually builds functional muscle tissue. The more muscle you have, the more total calories you burn. The more calories you burn fast and hard, the faster your metabolism runs. Therefore, the more body fat you will also lose as a result of. But also, training low and slow allows you to more specifically utilize that stored body fat. So you have to train both. One or the other doesn't work. The cardio bunnies look skinny fat. The weight trainers without cardio, they look big and fat. Like you can't be one or the other. You have to be a blend of both to look the way you want to look. Guys and girls, young and old, this is for everyone. So low and slow, fast and hard, both. Ideally, you want to train fast and hard 3 to 5 times per week. Every other day is ideal. Low and slow, you want to train 4 to 7 times per week. I like to suggest all of our clients, world-class athletes, to general people just like you, simply walk in the morning. Go for a 30 to 60 minute walk first thing in the morning. before breakfast. This is fasted. We call it fasted lists. Now, fasted list simply means in the absence of insulin. I'm going to drop a little biochemistry here to help you so you understand. There's no test at the end of this. You simply will have a leaner, healthier, more fit body. By going for a low and slow walk before breakfast, it means you do not have circulating insulin in the bloodstream. Insulin creates a competitive state at the alpha and beta receptor within the fat cell. With this competitive state, the alpha beta receptor have an inefficient ability to release that stored fat. So by having no insulin, which means fasted, simply means the alpha and beta receptor will more efficiently release that stored body fat. That's it. All walking is great. Fasted walking is great. Fed walking is great. Great. Love walking, but with specific body fat loss as the goal. Low and slow fasted or fasted list is ideal, and it's best first thing in the morning because you haven't eaten anything yet. Later on in the day, somewhere after, we say, after 2 meals or more, you want to train fast and hard, and that becomes more glycolytic training or training that utilizes stored glycogen from consumed carbohydrates primarily for that high intensity resistance style training. That's swinging kettlebells, that's cardio kickbox class, that's lifting weights, bench presses or plyometrics, and all the other fun things you can think of when you think of going to the gym or working out. That's basically working out, but you must be consistent. Now, ideally, we like full body training or multi-muscle groups training. Multi-joint compound movements are ideal, preferably done with the least amount of supportive equipment as possible. I'm happy if you use less supportive equipment and less total resistance in order to train a more natural athletic movement pattern. This is ideal long-term for the health of the joint, the health of the muscle, and the lower incidence of injury, which allows you to stay in the gym longer, to get more workouts in, to have more charted days on the map over the course of a 12-month cycle, which means longer-term success. I hope that makes sense. So we have the low and slow, we have the hard and fast. Now we want to talk about a consistent nutrition program. Consistent nutrition is the most important thing here. We suggest healthful whole foods. We do not prescribe to keto or paleo or counting macros or severe caloric deprivation or carnivore or vegan or any of the other disordered, exclusionary, restrictive fad dietary programs. We suggest a healthful whole food intake spread evenly throughout the day, every 2 to 4 hours, ideally between 4 to 6 feeding sessions throughout the day. That's not that much. The most people will eat 4 times during the day if you count the little snacks that you pick here and there. So when we say that we're eating approximately 4 times per day on average, we can increase that to 5 and eventually 6 in time if that makes sense for you. But every 2 to 4 hours based upon activity. We want to eat healthful whole foods in wide variety, which ensures a micronutrient density that is the highest possible at the highest possible level of intake. Now, let me back up for a second here. When we talk about micronutrient density, we mean micronutrients and phytonutrients. These are the catalysts of all cellular activity and the building blocks of humans. And that is you and that is I. And what you see sitting here right now, well, this is just a conglomeration of trillions of cells all stuck together. It is these cells that are the most important part of the human body. And if we are micronutrient deficient, our cells will not operate optimally. Therefore, if you think about a job site, a construction site, you now have a bunch of workers on the site not doing their job properly. Therefore, how will the home be built? Micronutrients, we could say, are the nails, they are the screws, they are the fitting. The macronutrients, well, that would be the lumber, that would be the sheetrock. Without the nails, without the screws to hold the lumber, to hold the sheetrock, what happens? The structure collapses. Same thing with micronutrient intake. We focus on healthful whole foods that are high in net micronutrients, which allows us to consume less total calories. Therefore, we don't need to worry as much about total caloric restriction because we are optimizing our micronutrient intake, which allows us to eat less total calories each day. This will keep our body mass lower. This will keep the non-functional body fat dramatically lower, and the healthful whole foods we are consuming will support the lumber and the sheetrock, the muscle and the skeletal frame. We have functional body mass, non-functional body mass. Now, as we break this down, and don't worry, I'm not going to leave you hanging here, you want to think about taking in approximately 1 gram of protein per pound of relatively lean body mass. If you weigh about 200 pounds, you should take in about 200 grams of protein, but we suggest starting a little less so you can scale and build forward. 200 pounds, you should probably take in somewhere about 160 grams of protein per day, slowly scaling to 180, 200, 220, maybe even 240 if you are going hardcore. Perfect training, perfect exercise, perfect diet, perfect sleep. You're really making crazy gains. Then that will make sense at that higher level of your ability to follow and stick to the plan, right? So take your time. You don't jump in at 220, right? It's like you don't jump in at a max squat or bench press. You take your time to warm up and scale up. Same thing here with regards to your protein intake. Now, at 200 pounds, you're taking in 160 grams of protein spread over 4 meals or 5 meals. Let's say spread over 4 meals. What is that? 40 grams of protein per meal, 4 meals per day. This is a great way to kick in. At that, in time, we can go from 40 grams times 4 meals to 50 grams times 4 meals to 60 grams, or I prefer to go 40 grams times 4 meals to 40 grams times 5 meals. Now I'll be getting in my full 200 grams of protein. And maybe I turn one of those meals into a shake if I'm trying to improve appetite and deal with digestive efficiency. That's a different conversation I'll cover in a different video. I'm trying to make this a little more concise here, which is why I'm speaking a little fast and moving through the content, because I want you to stick here and not get bored and not click to one of these other clickbait YouTube bobbleheads that really don't want to educate you. They just want to trick you to buy some crappy cookbook that does nothing except poison you with synthetic toxic chemicals and processed sugars or artificial sweeteners. Nothing that does anything to help you long term. It simply really only helps them get clicks and make a couple dollars off your back. I want you to have an education when you leave here, my friends. We are dedicated to providing the most honest, actionable, and evidence-based information here on this channel. I appreciate you being here. And if you click that little subscribe but notification bell, which is more important, I appreciate that. And bang, bang, give this video a thumbs up. If you appreciate this content, this straightforward, honest content, I appreciate you for being here. Now, with this being said, we're taking in 1 gram of protein per pound of relatively lean body mass. We're going to start our total carbohydrate intake somewhere around that also, which means if you weigh 200 pounds, you're taking in 200 grams of protein approximately. You're taking in approximately 200 grams of carbohydrates per day. That's not a lot. 40 grams of carbohydrates spread over 4 or 5 meals is good, but it's not a lot. This is a low, moderate carbohydrate diet, specifically when it comes from healthful whole foods. Oats, rice, potatoes, quinoa, beans, lentils. Perfect. That category right there will be great. Protein, we can get eggs, fish, chicken, steak, perfect. Hemp seeds, perfect. Fats, you want to take in probably somewhere closer to 0.5 gram of fat per pound of total body mass to start. There is a bit of an interplay between fat and carbohydrate intake. I'll cover in another video later on next week. But regardless, you want to take in approximately 0.5 gram of fat per pound of total body mass, knowing that 1 gram of fat is approximately 9 calories, while 1 gram of carbohydrate and 1 gram of protein is approximately 4 calories. So 1 gram of fat is more than twice the total calories as 1 gram of protein or carb. This creates a very easy, simple starting point for your nutrition intake. Now, my friends, this is a starting point. I'm giving you general concepts here to begin your fat loss program. This makes it easy. And the most important part of this is consistency. You need to stick to it. The second most important part of this is accountability. You need to be accountable to your intake. Once you're consistent, once you're accountable, it becomes very easy for you to simply look in the mirror, step on the scale, see how you perform in the gym and say, I'd like to lose a weight just a little bit more. I got a little bit more fat to lose around my midsection, that little muffin top, the fupa area in my panty line, the saddlebags on my side ass, the lower nipple fat dudes, all the other little stuff that you want to tighten up. You can simply go across the board and pull a few grams of carbohydrates from every meal, or you can pull half the carbohydrates from your last 2 meals. Now I'll go over these concepts in the carbohydrate video I'll be doing for you later this week. This is just an introduction, an overview to the Fat Loss Masterclass, my friend. So that's what this is right now. This is an introductory video to my free Fat Loss Masterclass. If you want to be a part of the full masterclass, all for free, no purchases here, my friends, simply send an email to blueprint@thedolcediet.com with promo code masterclass, or in subject line, not promo code, just masterclass in the subject line. That's all you have to do. And I will add you to the group and I will invite you to be a part of the private masterclass. That's all it is. The Fat Loss Masterclass. Simply send an email again to blueprint@thedolcediet.com. In a few days, you will get an email back from me inviting you into the full-blown masterclass, which is completely free. We will be dramatically adding value to your life, teaching you exactly how to lose fat, how to gain muscle, build muscle, shape and sculpt your body, improve energy, enhance your health, and live your best life without getting tied up in all the BS, all the pills, powders, potions, all the garbage, all the hocus pocus, focus, BS. That's our hocus pocus, bogus. That's what I'm talking about out there. All the clickbait crap. What I'm so passionate about, and before I answer a few of your questions, I want you guys to really start making gains. I want you to live your best life. I want you to look great, look your freaking best, feel great. I want you to make gains every day. I want you to wake up proud of what you're doing. No more lackluster days, no more feeling lost, no more feeling like you've been lied to or deceived, or you're just so damn confused because everyone you see is doing something different. I want to share with you exactly what works, right? I work with the world's greatest athletes. I've said it enough times that you're probably sick of hearing it, but it's true. But it's freaking true. Look, right? I get these athletes on shape, on time, every single time, 100% of the time for over 20 years. Never one time have we ever missed. Ever, never, ever. Nobody can say that. So listen to me. When I tell you it's a lot easier than you think, but you're confused because of all the nonsense out there in the industry. And I want to wipe that away this year for you. The motto of the Dolce Diet this year is accountability equals outcomes. Actions equal outcomes, right? That's what this is about. Actions equal outcomes. And being accountable to our actions is what creates our desired outcomes. I'm here to walk you through this blueprint at thedolcediet.com. Send me the email that simply says masterclass or fat loss. Either way, and I will put you in this group and it will be freaking phenomenal. I'll be dropping more videos here on this channel also to teach you. Losing fat is it's easy. It's easy. Scientifically speaking, it is so easy and you don't have to suffer. You don't have to go keto or carnivore or do a million miles on the freaking treadmill. You don't have to take any sort of pill or powder or potion. You don't have to resort to any of that freaking nonsense. Right? It's a hell of a lot easier. And I want to share this with you and teach you how to do it. Now, I'm going to answer some of your questions right now for free again, which is what I love to do before I get out of here for the night. It's almost 6 o'clock at night where I am right now. Joel, hello. Joel, what's up? Joel H, second week on 3 weeks to shredded. He's down 8 pounds. For those that don't know, we have a personalized online diet and exercise platform. It's a membership platform at thedolcediet.com. If you're interested in a personalized diet and exercise program that is created just for you, detailed specifically for you, for your background, for your lifestyle, for your goals, for your experience, with all the exact same meals I'm talking about, the high net nutrient ingredients where we don't cut your carbohydrates. We don't make you fast. We actually feed you healthful whole foods the way you're intended to, just like we do for the world's greatest athletes. Go to thedolcediet.com and use promo code DOLCETUBE, DOLCETUBE, DolceTube to save. I think it's either between 10 to 20%. I'm not even sure right now. If you give me a moment, I'll actually tell you as I'm here talking to you what that works out to be. Briefly, let me run through here. There we go. Site looks beautiful, by the way. The website at thedolcediet.com, my friends. And I'm going to get back to answering your questions right here. The website is amazing. We just launched, so it's a 10% discount right now. Promo code DolceTube at thedolcediet.com. We just launched our brand new site. We have over 1,000. Actually, it's over 1,200 articles and recipes and workouts and lifestyle hacks, all at thedolcediet.com, plus our 4 and 12-week online membership program. Joel's down 8 pounds in week 2 on our 3 weeks to shredded program. Our 3 weeks to shredded program that all these athletes used was designed to lose 21 pounds in 21 days, 1 pound per day. And we have been extremely successful in that. Joel right there is right on track, 8 pounds down, entering into week 2 right now. Julian says, good evening, Mr. Dolce. When will you have your books translated into French? Thank you so much. Would you like to translate them into French? If so, send me an email to mailbag@thedolcediet.com and a team member will get back in touch. For everyone who wants to be a part of my Fat Loss Masterclass, simply send an email to blueprint@thedolcediet.com with fat loss or masterclass in the subject line, and I will personally respond back to you. Mr. Russ, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Mike Mumford, my man. Good afternoon, coach. On my break at work, we'll have to reschedule and watch later. Right on, Mike. Good to see you. Joel, do you have to work out according to your body type? For example, I'm an endomorph, and when I lift weight, I gain muscle fast. Joel, you have to do both. Exactly what I said at the very beginning of this video. If you guys are new, if you just got here, don't worry. Once this video wraps, go back and watch like the first 6 to 8 minutes of the video. I break it down, the diet and the exercise. But in brief, you need to perform 2 different types of exercise: low and slow, hard and fast. This trains 2 different energy systems in the body, which maximizes fat loss while preserving and building lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue, which is mandatory. Every time, this is a pro tip, every time you enter into a fat loss program, anytime any of our athletes or clients enters into a fat loss or weight reduction program, our number one goal is what? Build muscle. It sounds counterintuitive, but when you approach it with that mentality, we are able to much more dramatically target specific body fat storage and eliminate that while not eliminating total body mass, or more importantly, functional body mass. We all know the people, you've probably done it. You went on a weight loss program, you lost 20 pounds, you looked in the mirror, you look exactly the same as you did 20 pounds heavier, just slightly lighter. You have damn near the exact same body composition. You're still 20% body fat, though you lost 20 pounds. That is an epic fail, and that's what I'm dedicated to teaching you not to do anymore. If you lose 20 pounds, I want you to lose 20 pounds of fat and keep every ounce of muscle. Better yet, I want you to gain 10 pounds of muscle and lose 10 pounds of fat. That's still going to be that same 20-pound differential, and it's so much better. This is what we do here working with the world's greatest combat athletes. The way we view this is different from almost everyone else. The way we approach this is definitely different from everyone else, and our level of success is by far greater than everyone else, and that's a fact. You can look that up. Trolling says, Coach, I'm 145 pounds at 6'2". I can do 20 pull-ups and 30 dips. I skipped dinner and lost 4 pounds in just a few days, even if I'm skinny, but I have lean muscle tissue. I don't see a question in there, trolling peeps, but what you would need to do is what I said in the beginning of this video. I covered this in the scalability. Build your baseline. Get consistent with your nutrient intake. Start at those 4 meals a day. 1 gram of protein, 1 gram of carbs, half a gram of fat. Start there and slowly start to scale forward. Either add an extra meal from 4 meals to 5 meals, keeping everything the same, then 5 meals to 6 meals in time as your training ups and increases, or start slowly going from 1 gram of protein to 1.2 gram of protein to 1.25 gram of protein. Slowly scale in even increments in time and be consistent. It's very simple to do if you're consistent and if you're accountable. Mike Mumford, later, bro. Danny, girl, what's up, Danny? F.U. Dolce, which carbs are best post-hill sprints workout? Are white potatoes any good? White potatoes are good. I prefer white rice, especially post-glycolytic exertion. What does that mean? After I freaking run and jump and heave and throw and lift and fight and do all of that, when I do that hard and fast is what we call it. When I have hard and fast training sessions, I want to get those carbs back in. I might throw down some cold-pressed beet juice first. This is another pro tip here, my friends. I'm just making it rain pro tips all up on YouTube today. I might throw down some beet juice right off the hill, and then I'm going to get a little bit of white rice in there. I might sprinkle like a 10 to 20 grams of a whey isolate in water, throw a little bit of white rice, some chopped chicken, and kind of ease back into my post-workout nutrition. Sam, see, hey, Mike, how many meals for 150-pound trying to put on weight? Sam, see, everyone, I don't care if you weigh 150 or 250, we are going to start the food intake at 4 meals per day. Almost everyone, anywhere between 4 to 6, but you listening right now, just for easy math, easy numbers, and easing into the process, we're going to start at about 4 meals per day, which makes it super easy. 4 meals per day. You spread it throughout the day, about 4 hours roughly in between each meal. We eat every 2 to 4 hours based upon activity. You're awake for 16 hours. You're asleep for 8 hours. We say 4 meals works great. And then we're going to go every 3 hours and have 5 meals. Excuse me for a second. Staying hydrated also matters. Hi, King. Got a 15-hour security shift tomorrow. Any tips on keeping energy levels up? Yes, eat every 2 to 4 hours. I understand you're on security. Do what you have to do to have your food available. If you were a diabetic, you would have food with you. They wouldn't fire you from the job. You'd be completely allowed to eat when you needed to eat. I understand. We work with a lot of high-level operators, military, law enforcement, emergency medical professionals. Those who are dedicated to their health, to their fitness, have no problem making the correct preparations to eat when they need to eat. People who look for excuses find reasons to allow them to not be compliant. Consistency is key. It might be a little challenging week 1, week 2, but you will lock into the schedule. Joel, I find that doing HIIT training mixed with kettlebell workouts and calisthenics, I lean down faster than just lifting weights. That's what I'm talking about, my man. Jesse, Coach, love the battle-tested podcast. Love the knowledge and reputation the coaches you've had on. Can't wait for the next one. It's awesome, Jesse. I appreciate that, brother. By the way, our battle-tested podcast series, you should check out part 1 and part 2. Part 1, I bring in 4 of the world's top MMA weight management professionals working in the field of nutrition. Part 2, we just released this morning, where I brought 3 of the world's top MMA strength coaches speaking about very specific strength training principles and concepts and real world experience. Check out our new battle tested series right here on this channel. Also, make sure you've subscribed to this channel and you've clicked that little bell for notifications. I'd say that's the most important thing. Give me a thumbs up. That's cool. I get some benefit from that. You will get the greatest benefit from clicking that little notification bell. So when I go live, like I'm doing right now, and drop a masterclass on fat loss for you guys completely for free. Who else is doing this stuff? Only we are over here at the Dolce Diet. Sonia having interweb issues. We'll have to watch later. Sounds good, Sonia. George, Dolce, thanks for the battle-tested series last night. Should we avoid all flat bench pressing, or is the lighter sub 225 press okay? Bench pressing is okay. It's not great. I'm not a big fan of bench pressing unless you are a powerlifting competitor. Why is that? Because bench pressing is not a very efficient lift. Standing overhead presses dramatically carries over to your prone bench press, but prone bench pressing does not carry over to any discernible strength increases to your standing head over press or anything else. So the bench press is a competitive event in powerlifting competition. It has very little carryover in real life. Jason, Mike, always amazing content. Any doubts? I'll be happy to share my journey with the Dolce Diet. 30 plus pounds down. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Cutshaw lost 30 pounds following our online program at thedolcediet.com. If you have any doubts about your own fitness routine, you want something that's clear, it's concise, and it's personalized for you every meal, every day, every ingredient, every recipe, every workout set rep with video tutorials, go to thedolcediet.com, check that out, and use the Dolce Tube promo code to save 10% to get locked in. Now is the time. You want to be in shape this summer? You want to look good on the beach? You want to take your clothes off and look drop dead sexy? Now is the time to start. Honestly, don't wait until March. Don't wait until April. And do not wait until that first sunny day, because it's too late. You start right now, my friend. Start right now. Start in January. I already started my summer routine. I'm going to be banging, smoking hot. You're going to bounce a quarter off my ass this summer. That's the goal. But you better believe I'm working right now. And it's easy. I'm just not eating like crap. I'm not being a dickhead. I'm not partying. I'm not destroying my body. I'm not staying up all night. I'm exercising intelligently and consistently. I'm doing all the exact things I tell you guys to do every single time I come on here. And what's different? What differentiates us here at this channel versus a lot of the other channels? We don't come in and try and tell you something different every single day. We don't keyword flip. We don't jump from fad diet to fad diet to fad diet to fad diet. We come here and tell you the truth over and over and over and over, and we live it. We live it. We breathe it. Because this is actually what works. And once you realize this, once you get locked in, that's when you're the first person with your shirt off on the beach. You have no problem walking around your house in little skinny, mini, tiny little things and don't give a F who sees you. That's what it's about. You have the energy, you have the confidence to go anywhere, do anything at any time. That's what this is about, my friends. You living your best life, regardless of your goals. Whether you're a housewife, you're a weekend warrior dad, you're a corporate executive lady in the business suit, you're a college co-ed kid, whatever it is, I don't care. Whatever you are, if you are a human, You should be living in your best body, and you should have the least amount of body fat to live your best life. And it is so much easier to do if you stop paying attention to all those clickbait idiots out there trying to steal your money. If they're not speaking similar to the way I do, maybe speaking differently than I deliver content, but if they're not telling you the same basic concepts I do, they're lying to you. They're lying to you. That's the end of it. End of story. Turn them off. Move on to something else that makes sense. Jason, but again, Jason Cutshaw down 30 pounds following our online platform at thedolcediet.com. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. What else? Robert, what's up, Robert? Robert Serrano, good to see you. Patreon member. We also have a Patreon channel, my friends, for anyone interested in more in-depth, deeper, behind-the-scenes, exclusive content. Check out our Patreon channel, Mike Dolce Knows, which is pretty awesome, and it continues to grow. Paul, hey, brother. Mike, I'm here at the fire station between runs. Hell yeah. Good to see you, my friend. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. It's the screen flew by. Great info as always. I appreciate you. Andra, what's up, Andra? Admin, what's that about? Jason Carbo, F you, Dolce. I've lost. The mirror is showing a lot of change. Okay, Jason says, F you, Dolce. I've lost weight on 3 weeks to shredded. I've lost a lot of weight on 3 weeks to shredded, but it's slowed lately. The mirror, though, is showing a lot of changes at normal. That's exactly normal. That's what we talk about. What did I say? The number one rule of weight loss is what? Build muscle. Wait, what? Dolce, that makes no sense. How can we build muscle and lose weight at the same time? The number one rule of weight loss is to build muscle. Every decision we make is about building muscle. By focusing on building muscle, worst case scenario, we preserve our lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue. That allows us a much healthier human to work with as we slowly start to remove that non-functional body fat. What you are seeing, Justin, you are seeing the benefit of our 3 weeks to shredded program. Remember, 3 weeks to shredded was designed for the world's greatest athletes getting ready for the most rigorous combat sport on the planet, fighting in the UFC. 25-minute cage fights. Are you crazy? Our athletes cannot afford to lose a single ounce of muscle tissue and give that advantage to their competitor. That's why the 3 weeks to shredded program has been so successful, proven 100% successful for over 20 years, mind you, and you're experiencing that right now. It's not always about the scale dropping. It's about your body composition dramatically changing. As I said earlier, you want to lose 20 pounds. Why? Do you want to just lose 20 pounds? How about you chop off your leg? No, that's not what I mean, Dolce. I mean, I want to lose 20 pounds of fat. Okay, is it 20 pounds of pure body fat do you need to lose? Or are you trying to lose a representative percentage of total body mass that equates to what you would look like in your mind by losing 20 pounds of body fat? It's very hard for people to conceptualize what that looks like. We use a concept we call stuffing the shirt. Instead of just trying to lose 20 pounds of body fat, which can be very challenging, what we focus on is building lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue, stuffing the shirt, getting swole, while we can currently lose stored non-functional body weight, primarily body fat. So we're able to drop body fat as we're increasing muscle. Instead of just losing 20 pounds of total weight or losing just 20 pounds of body fat, which is going to put you in the hospital quite possibly. What we want to do is increase muscle and drop body fat at the same time. This is where the magic happens. This is why we are the highest tier of professionals in the sport. Sports Illustrated actually said, I quote, Mike Dolce is one of the most sought after coaches in professional sports. Is it because of my amazing sense of humor? Possibly. Or is it because I'm so freaking good at what I do? My reputation for success has made me so in demand. That's probably more accurate. And this is exactly why I'm sharing this information with you guys right now, right here for free. I got another minute or two. Now I'm 40 minutes deep into what was going to be a 10-minute live masterclass. Remember, anyone who wants to be a part of our Fat Loss Masterclass completely for free, send me an email to blueprint@thedolcediet.com. In the subject line, type in masterclass or fat loss. Either way, masterclass or fat loss will work. I will know exactly who you are, what you want, and I will personally contact you back and tell you more about it when it starts. It will be awesome. It will be a live event. You will be a part of the live event. It will be us hanging out together. And you like this quick little video? I gave you, 10 minutes of content, 30 minutes of a Q&A right here. The masterclass will be intense. It will be phenomenal. And other people are going to have to pay to get in, right? You're going to see how many people are in the room. Most everybody else in the room, by comparison, by percentage, is going to pay to be in there. But you guys right here, out of respect to you on our YouTube channel, a member of this community, subscribe to the channel below, click the little bell for notifications, bang, bang. Give this video a thumbs up so I know you're there and I know you care. But out of respect to you guys for being so awesome, I'm going to let you in to the masterclass for free. You will see that as it actually happens. But make sure you send the email blueprint@thedolcediet.com. That's the email. And just type in masterclass or type in fat loss. I will send you the invite. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll send you more information about it as we finish tying it up right now. And Rob says, Coach, this is different from the program you mentioned. Yeah, Rob, that is different. So we also spoke about the blueprint. That's something completely different. It will be going to the same email address. Don't worry about that. And I'm the one who actually personally goes through these emails. I take a very hands-on approach with this. That's why the blueprint, we had thousands of people who take part and joined our first run through the blueprint, the championship blueprint concept. So don't worry about that, Rob. That's why I'm saying put in fat loss or masterclass. The code for blueprint was different. And I do pay attention to people who pay attention and follow directions well. All right. Joel H has lost 30 pounds. Bam, Joel. Proud of you, my man. Freaking phenomenal, brother. Mr. Russ, is it okay to drink coffee with coconut oil while on living lean? Yep, that is fine. I do blend it. I blend it until it becomes frothy. Joe Lee, yo, Mike, been following you for 7 years now. Thanks for the free content. Simple, effective. I have just introduced the fasted list, feeling great for it, even with the lack of sleep due to a new baby. Oh, congratulations, Dad. I got 2 little babies in my house. There's nothing better, nothing more motivating than having beautiful children in your home. That fires me up. A lot of people, a lot of my peers who have kids also, they're like, oh, man, like I got kids. Like it's impossible to work out. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Pardon my language. I'm going to get a little crass here. I'm going to shake you guys up and probably piss you guys off for a second. So I almost apologize in advance. When you have children, it is even more important to focus on your fitness. When you have children, it is now mandatory that you prioritize your fitness, because when you look down at your children, you think about, how am I going to be able to serve my children for the next 40, 50, 60 years of their life? Will I be a valuable part of my grandchildren's lives? How much time, how much energy, how much wisdom can I share with my family, my future generations that I chose to create? Right? So once you have a child in your house, mom and dad, it is now on your back to get your ass in shape. Don't give me the BS that you're too busy. You're not too busy to eat better. And I'm going to double down right now. The better you eat, the more energy you will have. So you'll be more capable of dealing with your freaking crazy kids. I got 2 kids. I got a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old in my house right now. Any parent out there understands how crazy the last 5 years of my life have been, right? They are crazy kids. They have energy for days, magical thinking everywhere. Dad, let's play, carry me this and that, and bikes and parks and climbing and all the capers, right? Nonstop. The rest of my world didn't change. My clients still need me. My business still needs me. My home still needs all the things it needs. My marriage still needs, all the things still need to be there. Therefore, I need to be the best version of myself. And that comes because I am consistent with my nutrition. I am consistent with my fitness routine. I am consistent with my rest, my recovery, my stress management. That allows me to be a better father, a better husband, a better neighbor, a better member of society, and hopefully a better member of your life. When I say I preach the basics here, you tune back tomorrow. I'll be talking about the same dang stuff again and again and again, but I'll look better and better and better and leaner and stronger and fitter. Blood work is perfect. Can you say that about yourself or a lot of those fitness frauds you've been listening to? You know that's not true. Mike Sullivan, quick question about 3-day water fast. I've seen George St. Pierre post about it. I think it's silly. It's silly. It's silly. Why? For what? For what purpose? Have you already been poisoning yourself? What's the point of it? How often are you going to do it? Like, what's the point of it? That's the question. What's the point of it? Why as compared to what? Is a 3-day water fast good? Well, as compared to what? Eating buckets of Kentucky Fried Chicken every day? Yeah, probably. Is a 3-day water fast good as compared to eating a high, healthful, whole food nutrition plan that ensures optimal net nutrient intake at the lowest possible total caloric floor? Is there any comparison between those two? No, there's not. What's the point of it? There's no data to support it. There's no scientific data to support that when compared to this style of nutrition plan. So what's the point? What's the point? To show you're tough? Sure, have fun. You're bored? Sure, okay, do whatever. But it's not to be a fitter, healthier, stronger, leaner, more energized, more capable human being. I guarantee you that. And all the data, don't take my word on it, all the scientific data supports what I just said. Yolanda says, currently doing a transformation challenge. I've been studying all your content. It's been helping me so much. I have stayed consistent. List, breakfast bowls, whole foods, green tea, water, etc. Awesome. So happy to hear, Yolanda. Keep me posted, my friend, and take those pictures. Get those befores, get those afters. Send me those transformation photos, friends. Just tag me on IG. Send me a DM IG with any of those Dolce diet, Dolce lifestyle transformation photos. And if you want, I will start to share those this year. I have thousands, literally. We have thousands and thousands of amazing transformation photos. Rarely do I ever share them because we're not that type of system, right? That's not who we really are. But a lot of you guys, you want to be shared. You want a little bit of community love, and I want to give that to you. So I'm happy to share your befores and your afters, your transformations, your stories with other members of our community. So feel free to just DM me the before and after on Instagram. Follow me there for sure at The Dolce Diet. Give me a little bit of background and story about you too. So I know I want to have some context. Raul with the $5 super chat donation. Raul, you're awesome. I appreciate you. Justin, $5 super chat donation also. I appreciate those. That's awesome. Thank you. Justin says, no question, just awesome content, coach. Appreciate everything you do. Justin, I appreciate you, man. That's super cool. Very, very kind of you. That's awesome. John Spence, F you Dolce, best fitness, fat loss, life advice you've given is simple. Don't be a dickhead. That's the truth, John. Only you are responsible and accountable for your actions, and actions equal outcomes. My man, I'm proud of you, brother. That is freaking awesome. David, hey, Mike, I was plateaued at 180 from 214 at my largest. I listened to you and cleaned up my diet and lost 20 pounds. Thank you. Bam. David is down an extra 20 pounds following the Dolce diet. Why not you? Go to thedolcediet.com, my friends, if you want a GPS to your future body. This is a total body transformation site. For those of you who want everything detailed, every meal, every ingredient, every recipe detailed for you, specifically for you, plus your workout, plus there's a whole international community inside the leaderboard. You get invited to our exclusive Facebook membership group, which is freaking phenomenal. There's so much stuff for you there at thedolcediet.com. Use promo code DOLCETUBE, all one word, DOLCETUBE, to save 10%, because why not? Keep your money. It is time for me to go, my friends. It's almost 50 minutes deep into this Q&A right now. I appreciate you all for being here. You guys are freaking phenomenal. Thank you. If you haven't yet subscribed or consider subscribing to the channel, definitely click that little notification bell so you know when I go live with amazing high-value videos such as this. Also, bang, bang. Give the video a thumbs up if you appreciate the content. If you found anything of value, I just ask for a thumbs up. Leave comments below this video for the algorithm. That would be bang on awesome of you guys. And remember, if you want to be a part of our Fat Loss Masterclass, which is free to you guys, send me an email, blueprint@thedolcediet.com, and simply type in fat loss or masterclass into the subject line, and I will take care of everything else. You guys are freaking phenomenal. I appreciate everything about you. And until next time, boom.